Hello everyone. Welcome to your online class of physics. I hope you all will be fine and have completed your homework. So students, in my last video I was explaining you lesson number 3rd, but as your unit tests are going to start from 17th of August, so we will revise lesson number 1 because that is the syllabus for your unit test. So we will revise lesson number 1, that is matter. You have already learned in this lesson about matter, its meaning and composition, states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gases, characteristics of solid, liquid and gases, and the distinguishing properties of solid, liquid and gases. So we will revise them in this video. So first one is definition of matter. I hope all of you know what is matter. Matter is defined as anything which occupies space and has mass. Means anything that occupies space and has mass is known as matter. It can be perceived by our senses of smell, touch, sight, hearing and taste. For examples, air, water, hydrogen, all these are the examples of matter because these all the things occupy the space and have mass. And also the things like food, clothes, table, chair, human beings, animal, plants and trees are also examples of matter. So we can say that the word matter is used to cover all the substances and materials, living or non-living, of which universe is composed of. Okay, so everything that is living or non-living, that is matter. Now composition of matter. Ancient Indian philosopher considered that all kinds of matter is made up of 5 elements, that is sky, air, fire, earth and water. These are known as Panch Tattvas. Then according to Maharishi Kannad, then what he said, Maharishi Kannad, that matter, all the forms of matter are composed of very small particles known as Anu, and Anu is made up of still smaller particles, that is Parmanu. Then Democritus says, called the smallest particle, that is Parmanu, of matter as atom. Okay, so according to Maharishi, what was Parmanu? According to Democritus, he says that these Parmanus are known as atom. Okay. Then matter is composed of tiny particles known as atom. Okay, these particles are so small that a drop of water contains about 10 to the power 21 particles of water. So you can understand how much small the atom is. Means a drop of water that contains 10 raised to the power 21 particles of water in it. And 1 kg of hydrogen contains 6.02 into 10 raised to the power 26 particles of hydrogen in it. Means these particles are so small that we cannot see them with a microscope even. Okay, but an atom does not exist free in nature. Means a single atom cannot exist free in nature. Then John Dalton, an English chemist, experimentally found that matter is made up of molecules, and molecules is made up of one or more than one atom of same kind or of different kind. Means a molecule is made up of atoms that is of same kind or of different kinds. A molecule can exist free in nature. Means an atom does not exist free in nature, but a molecule can exist free in nature. It simply means that a molecule is the simplest and smallest particle of substance that is capable of independent existence. So if question comes that name the particles that can exist free in nature, that is molecule, and a particle that does not exist free in nature, that is atom. Okay. Now the characteristics of particles. Now what are the characteristics of these particles of matter? So there are 4 characteristics of matter, that is they are very small in size. Means the particles of matter are very small in size, they have spaces between them, they are in constant random motion, and they attract each other. Okay, so first one is the particles of matter are very small in size. The size of particle of matter is very small. Means 1 liter of water has 6.02 into 10 raised to the power 26 molecules. So the volume of one particle of water is how much? 10 raised to the power minus 3 divided by 6.02 into 10 raised to the power 26. That is 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 30 meter cube. Thus, the diameter of water molecule is nearly 1.45 into 10 raised to the power minus 10 meter. Means you can understand from here that means how much small that particle is, a water molecule is. Such small particle cannot be seen by a microscope. Means these particles of matter are very small in size that we cannot see them even with the help of a microscope. Now the second characteristic is the particle of matter have spaces between them. The spacing between the particles of matter is called intermolecular space. Means the space between the particles of matter is called intermolecular space. For this you can see this activity to understand this property, what it is that the particles of matter have spaces between them. What you have done, you have taken water in this glass measuring cylinder. Then this is 100 ml water. Okay, so 100 ml water you have taken in a measuring cylinder, and then add 20 gram of salt or sugar in water gently. Means you have to add salt in this water and you have to stir it well so that the salt dissolved well completely in the water. Then you will notice that the level of water does not change. Means we have taken 100 ml of water, the same level of water is there in this measuring cylinder after we dissolved salt in it. Why is it so? Because the particles of salt occupy the space between the particles of water molecules. So this activity shows that means these particles of water have spaces between them. Okay. Now the third property is particles of matter are in constant random motion. Means the particles of matter are in constant random motion. The particles of matter are not at rest, but they move randomly in all possible direction in zigzag path. Means the particles of matter always move. Okay, means they are not at rest, they always move. They are randomly moving in all possible directions. You might have noticed that the sunlight coming through a minute opening in darkened room, the fine dust particles appear to dance in random and zigzag manner. You must all have seen this, that if there is a ventilator in your room and sun rays are coming in that room by through that ventilator, so you can see the dust particles moving in a zigzag manner. So this is because the air particles surrounding the dust particles are in random motion and they hit the dust particles, causing to make them move in zigzag path. Okay, so it is due to random motion of particles of perfume that as it is sprayed in one corner of the room, it soon spreads throughout the room. Okay, so by this activity we saw that particles of matter are in constant random motion. Okay, so now the fourth property, that is particles of matter attract each other. Each particle of matter always attract other particles in its surroundings. Okay, means the particles attract each other. The force of attraction between the constituent particles is called the intermolecular force of attraction. Means the particles attract each other. Okay, the particles attract the other particles surrounding in its surrounding, and that force of attraction with which the particles attract each other, that is known as intermolecular force of attraction. This force keeps the particles of matter together. Means because of this intermolecular force, the particles of matter are together. It is our common experience that around us, some substances change into powder, some others change into small crystals, and some do not break easily. The reason is that the magnitude of force of attraction varies from one type of matter to another. Means because of this force of attraction, magnitude of this force of attraction between the particles of matter, some particles break easily and some do not. Thus, intermolecular force depends on the nature of each matter. Okay. Now, if the force of attraction between the particles of matter is less, it can be easily broken. But if that force is more, it is difficult to break it. Understood? Means if the force of attraction between the particles of matter is less, it can be easily broken. But if it is more, it is difficult to break it. Now here some examples are given to you. First example is, it is easy to move hand through water but difficult to move hand in glycerine. The reason is that attractive intermolecular forces are more in glycerine than in water, and because of that it is easy for us to move our hand easily in water as comparison to it in glycerine. Now second one is, it is easy to break a piece of chalk into pieces, but difficult to break a piece of coal. Same, the reason is because the intermolecular forces are less in chalk than in coal. Now third one is, it is easy to move a body in air than in water because the force of attraction between the particles of air is less as comparison to the force of attraction between the particles of water. Okay. In general, the force of attraction between the particles is more in solid, less in liquid, and still less in gases. Means the force of attraction between the particles of matter is more in solid, then less in liquid, and still less in gas. Okay, so you have to read this. Now next one is conclusion. Matter is made up of molecules which are small in size, that is 10 raised to the power minus 9 meter. Means matter is made up of molecules which are very small in size. The molecules are in constant random motion. They exert a force of attraction among each other. They have intermolecular separation between them. Okay. Now note, a molecule or a cluster of several molecules is called nanoparticle. I hope you all must have understood these. Now the states of matter. There are three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. For example, steel is a solid, oil is a liquid and oxygen is a gas, while air is a mixture of gases. Now water can exist in all the three states, that is ice as solid state, water liquid state and steam gaseous state. Okay. Now the three properties which decide the state of a substance, that is solid, liquid or gas, are. Now the three properties which decide the state of a substance, whether it is solid, liquid or gas. And what are these properties? The intermolecular space, the force of attraction between the molecules and the movement of molecules. Means solid state, when the intermolecular force is very strong, the intermolecular space is negligible. It means if the intermolecular force is very strong, the particles will attract each other very strongly, and therefore there will be negligible space between them, and the molecules are not free to move. The matter exists as solid. Okay, but when the intermolecular force between the constituent molecule is weak, the intermolecular space is more. Means if the force of attraction between the particles is weak, the intermolecular space is more as comparison to solid, because in solids intermolecular force of attraction is more. Okay, therefore liquids, the molecules are free to, in liquids the molecules are free to move to and fro within the limited space. Means in the container in which it is kept, the molecules are free to move in that container, and therefore matter exists as a liquid. Now gaseous state. When the intermolecular force between the constituent molecule is very weak or negligible, the intermolecular space is far as comparison to the liquids, and the molecules are free to move to and fro anywhere. Matter exists as a gas. Means the intermolecular force between the constituent particles molecules is very weak in gaseous state, or we can say that it is so weak that we can neglect it. Therefore the intermolecular space between the particles is more as comparison to the liquid, and therefore these molecules are free to move in any direction anywhere, and therefore matter exists as a gas. Okay, now on this page number 6, distinction between solid, liquid and gases are given to you. You have to read this table, and also you have to read this lesson up to where I have taught you up till gaseous state, and these properties we will discuss in our next video. So students, you have to read this lesson thoroughly, because in your unit test 50% of questions will come from inside and 50% of questions will come from exercise part. Okay, so you have to read this lesson properly. Okay, and further explanation I will we will revise in our next video. Okay, thank you.